Hello students, I am Dr. Sangeeta Sharma, your science teacher. Today we will be continuing with chapter 12 of your science book, that is electricity. And in today's video, that is part 4, resistance of a series system of resistors. We will be learning about the combination of resistances, and the combination is a series combination. So in today's video we will learn that how resistors behave when they are combined in series, and what is a series combination. So we'll learn about series combination. So let's start with series combination of resistors. Now students, in different electrical circuits we need to connect two or more resistors to form a network. किसी भी सर्किट के अंदर स्टूडेंट्स हमें ऐसा नहीं होता कि एक सिंगल रेजिस्टेंस से या एक सिंगल रेजिस्टर से हमारा काम चल जाए. हम किसी नेटवर्क के अंदर हमें कई बार, यानी कि ज़्यादातर हम कह सकते हैं कि ज़्यादातर हमें रेजिस्टेंसेस को, बहुत सारे रेजिस्टेंसेस को कंबाइन करना पड़ता है. तो ये जो कॉम्बिनेशन है या ये जो रेजिस्टेंसेस को हमको कंबाइन करना है, उन्हें हम दो तरीके से कंबाइन कर सकते हैं. द रजिस्टर मे बी कनेक्टेड इन टू वेज. तो ये जो रजिस्टर्स हैं उनको हम दो तरीके से कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं, इन सीरीज कॉम्बिनेशन, इन पैरेलल कॉम्बिनेशन. तो एक तो हम उन्हें सीरीज के अंदर कंबाइन कर सकते हैं, कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं, और दूसरा जो है हम उन्हें पैरेलल जो है उसकी तरह कंबाइन कर सकते हैं, कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं. और आज के वीडियो में हम ये फर्स्ट जो तरीका है सीरीज कॉम्बिनेशन, इसको हम स्टडी करेंगे कि सीरीज कॉम्बिनेशन के अंदर रेजिस्टर्स को किस तरीके से कनेक्ट किया जाता है और फिर उसका इक्विवेलेंट रेजिस्टेंस कितना होता है. तो लेट्स सी द सीरीज कॉम्बिनेशन. नाउ हियर स्टूडेंट्स, इन व्हेन द रेजिस्टर्स आर इन सीरीज, सो रेजिस्टर्स इन सीरीज, resistors are said to be connected in series if the same current is flowing through each resistor when some potential difference is applied across the combination. So students, what we see here is then that when resistors are connected in series, then the same amount of current is going to flow through them. They are going to be connected end to end, so that the amount of current flowing through them is going to be the same. Now here students, here the resistors are connected end to end with वन अनदर. यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट्स जो रेजिस्टर्स होते हैं हम उनको एंड टू एंड कनेक्ट करते हैं और उनके अंदर से सेम अमाउंट ऑफ करंट जो है वो फ्लो होता है. नाउ इफ यू रिकॉल, द सिंबल ऑफ अ रेजिस्टर वाज लाइक दिस. So this is the symbol of a resistor. We call it a resistance, and the device is called, or the component is called, a resistor. Now this is a resistor. Now if more than two resistors are, two or more than two resistors are connected in series, then first what we need to remember is that they are going to be connected end to end, and same amount of current is going to flow through each of the resistor. So let's see it diagrammatically. So here we have three resistances, R1, R2 and R3. Now these three resistors are connected in series, that is they are connected end to end. Now what we see is one end of one resistor is connected to the other end, then this end is connected to the other end of the other resistor. So these resistors are said to be connected in series when they are connected end to end. Now what we see here students is that the potential between all these three resistors collectively, if we see, the potential between the point A and D is V, and here the potential source is a battery. Here we can say we have two cells connected together, so this is a battery having a potential of V. That is, this battery is going to give a potential difference of V volts across this circuit. Now here students, what we see is that the current which is coming from this battery is, say, I. We say that the current coming through this battery is I. Now this I is going to flow through R1. This is I which is going to flow through R1. Same I is going to flow through R2 and same I is flowing through R3, and what we get is we get the I. So here what we see is that the same current is flowing through all the three resistors and the potential from the battery is V volts. Now there will be different potentials across all the three resistors. Say the potential between R1 is V1. Here the potential is between these 2 points, that is point A and point B is say V1. The potential across the resistor R2 is say V2, and here it is between B and C. Then say the potential across the resistor R3 is V3, and this is between C and D. So what we see is that the total potential between A and D is the sum of these three potentials. So V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Now we will learn this and we will solve that how the equivalent resistance of this R, these three resistors, can be calculated. So if we say that R is the equivalent resistance of these three resistors, that is when three resistors are combined in series, then what we say is that the net effect of these three resistors is say with a resistor R. That is, the combination of these three resistors gives resistance R in the circuit of potential V. Then this is called the equivalent resistance circuit. So here we have the three resistors in series and here we have the equivalent resistance circuit. So let's find that how this R is related with R1, R2 and R3. So keep in mind this diagram that we have three resistors connected between A and D, and the potential across A and D is V, and the potential across each resistor is V1, V2 and V3, and I is the amount of current flowing through the circuit. Now here students, suppose a current I is flowing in all the three resistances, and the potential difference between the ends of the resistances R1, R2 and R3 are V1, V2 and V3. So V1 will be equal to IR1 by Ohm's law. What we have? V is equal to IR. So the relation between the potential across the first resistor and the resistance of the first resistor can be given as V1 is equal to IR1. Now since the current is same in all the three, so here we will have the same value of current for all the three resistors. So V2 will become equal to IR2 and V3 will become equal to IR3. So if the potential difference between A and D be V, then V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. This we saw in the circuit diagram also, that between the two extreme ends the potential is say V, then V is going to be equal to the sum of the potentials across each resistors. So it is going to be V1 plus V2 plus V3. So in place of V1 if I write IR1, in place of V2 I write IR2, and in place of V3 we write IR3, then V becomes equal to this. Now since I is same in all the three, we can take I as common out. So V will become equal to I R1 plus R2 plus R3. Let this be say equation number 1. Now since the equivalent resistance between A and D is R, first we have seen the equivalent resistance and we have called it say R. Then V is equal to IR because I is the current flowing through the circuit and R is the equivalent resistance and the potential given is V. Let this be called equation number 2. Now if I compare these two equations, then the left hand side, here is also V and here is also V. So since the left hand sides are equal, we can put the right hand sides also equal to each other. So from equation 1 and 2, comparing equation 1 and equation 2, we get that IR is equal to IR1 plus R2 plus R3, and here I is cancelled out by I. So what we are left with? We are left with R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So what we see, students, here, that the net equivalent resistance comes out to be R1 plus R2 plus R3. That is the sum of the three individual resistors. Now that is the equivalent resistance R of the resistances connected in series is equal to the sum of those resistances. So here what we see is that if three resistors are connected in series, then the equivalent resistance is going to be the sum of each individual resistances. हमें सिंपली क्या करना है बच्चों, अगर रेजिस्टेंसेस सीरीज के अंदर कनेक्टेड हैं तो हमें उनके रेजिस्टेंसेस को ऐड करना है इक्विवेलेंट रेजिस्टेंस निकालने के लिए. सिंपल ऐड करना है स्टूडेंट्स. तो लेट्स सी what are the things to be remembered for resistors in series. In a series resistance circuit, it should be noted that first, the current is same in every resistor. This we have seen that the current across each resistor is same. Second, the current in the circuit is independent of the relative positions of the various resistors in the series. यहाँ पर जो करंट है वो सब में सेम होता है और इस बात से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि सीरीज में लगा हुआ जो रजिस्टर है उसकी पोजीशन क्या है. सेकंड में भी वही होगी, थर्ड में भी वही होगी, 4 लगे होंगे तो फोर्थ में भी करंट वही होगा. The voltage across any resistor is directly proportional to the resistance of that resistor. हमारे पास में क्या है स्टूडेंट्स, V is equal to IR. अब I तो सेम है सारे रजिस्टर्स के लिए, तो V क्या हो गया, V डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल हो गया R के. तो यहाँ पे हमने क्या लिखा, वोल्टेज across any resistor is directly proportional to the resistance of that resistor. The total resistance of the circuit is equal to the sum of the individual resistances plus the internal resistance of a cell if any. अब हमने क्या देखा स्टूडेंट्स कि अगर रेजिस्टर्स को सीरीज में कनेक्ट किया हुआ है तो जो नेट इक्विवेलेंट रेजिस्टेंस है, जो इफेक्टिव रेजिस्टेंस है, वो कितना होगा, उन सारे इंडिविजुअल रेजिस्टेंसेस के रेजिस्टेंसेस को अगर हम ऐड कर दें तो वो उसका इक्विवेलेंट रेजिस्टेंस होगा. अब अगर एक सेल और बैटरी जो भी लगा हुआ है उसका खुद का भी कोई रेजिस्टेंस हो, है ना, जिसे कि हम इंटरनल रेजिस्टेंस बोलते हैं सेल या बैटरी का, तो अगर वो इंटरनल रेजिस्टेंस भी है स्टूडेंट्स तो हमें उसे भी ऐड करना होगा इफेक्टिव रेजिस्टेंस निकालने के लिए, इक्विवेलेंट रेजिस्टेंस निकालने के लिए. तो यहाँ पर इफ एनी लिखा है, मतलब कि अगर इंटरनल रेजिस्टेंस दिया हुआ है तो उसे भी आपको ऐड करना होगा. नहीं तो अगर नहीं दिया हुआ है तो क्या करना है, सिंपली रजिस्टर के रेजिस्टेंसेस को सिंपली ऐड करना है. The total resistance in the series circuit is higher than the individual resistance of the resistors connected in the circuit. अब सपोज करो हमारे पास में 3 रजिस्टर्स जो हैं वो लगे हुए हैं और हम मान लेते हैं कि रेजिस्टेंसेस जो हैं उनके कितने हैं, एक का मान लीजिए 1 ओम है, दूसरे का मान लीजिए 2 ओम है और तीसरे का मान लीजिए 3 ओम है. अब ये तीनों रजिस्टर्स अगर सीरीज में कनेक्टेड हैं तो उनका सम जो है, उनका जो इफेक्टिव रेजिस्टेंस है वो कितना हो जाएगा, उनको तीनों को ऐड करना होगा, यानी 3, 4, 5 और 6 ओम्स हो जाएगा. अब देखिए ये 6 1 से भी बड़ा है, ये 6 2 से भी बड़ा है और ये 6 3 से भी बड़ा है. तो इसका मतलब क्या हो गया, जो टोटल रेजिस्टेंस है सीरीज सर्किट का वो हमेशा ज़्यादा होगा इंडिविजुअल रेजिस्टेंस के रेजिस्टेंसेस से. जो इंडिविजुअल रेजिस्टर्स हैं उनके जो रेजिस्टेंसेस हैं उन सबसे ज़्यादा होगा इक्विवेलेंट रेजिस्टेंस. So example 12.7, an electric lamp whose resistance is 20 ohms and a conductor of 4 ohm resistance are connected to a 6 volt battery. Figure 12.9, calculate the total resistance of the circuit, the current through the circuit and the potential difference across the electric lamp and conductor. So now students, what is given here is that we have an electric lamp whose resistance is 20 ohms. So this is the electric lamp having a resistance of 20 ohms, and this electric lamp and this 4 ohm resistor both are connected in series. Here what we see is that they are connected end to end. So these two resistors, the lamp can also be taken as a resistor. So these two resistors are connected end to end, hence are in series, and they are connected to a 6 volt battery. So here what we see is that they are connected to a 6 volt battery. Now what we need to calculate? First we need to calculate the total resistance of the circuit. That is, we need to calculate the equivalent resistance of these two resistors connected in series. Then we need to calculate the current through the circuit. Then we need to calculate the current I through the circuit and the potential difference across the electric lamp and conductor. So we need to calculate the potential difference between these 2 points. Let it be say V1, and we need to calculate the potential difference between the electric lamp also. So what we can say is that the potential difference between the lamp is say V2. So we need to calculate V1 and V2 also. So let's solve this problem. Now first we will write the quantities which are given. So a 4 ohm resistor and a 20 ohm resistor connected in series to a 6 volt battery. So we will write that we have two resistances. R1 is say 4 ohms and R2 is here say 20 ohms. Here what we say is 4 ohms and 20 ohms. So then what else is given? That the voltage is 6 volts. Here the voltage of the battery was 6 volts. Now first we need to calculate the equivalent resistance. So for the part A solution, what we do is we need to calculate the equivalent resistance. So the equivalent resistance, we know that for resistors connected in series, the equivalent resistance is going to be the simple sum of the resistances of the resistors. So it will be equal to 4 plus 20, that is 24. So the equivalent resistance is 24 ohms. Then we have to calculate, in the B part it is asked to calculate the current through the circuit. So for the B part we have the resistance, the equivalent resistance as 24 ohms, the battery voltage is given as 6 volts, and we need to calculate the current. Now by the formula, that is Ohm's law, V is equal to IR, what we get is I is equal to V upon R. Now V here is 6 and resistance here is 24. So we need to solve this. So what will be? 6 ones are 6 and 6 fours are 24. So we have 1 upon 4, which is equal to 0.25. So the current here is 0.25 amperes. The total current in the circuit is 1 upon 4, which is 0.25 amperes. Now in the C portion, it is asked to calculate the potential across the resistor of 4 ohms and the potential across the electric lamp of 20 ohms, which we named as V1 and V2 respectively. So in order to calculate V1, we have IR1. Since the current through both the resistors, which is one is 4 ohm and the other is 20 ohms, and they are connected in series, so the electric current is going to be the same. So V1 will be equal to I into R1, and R1 was 4 ohms. So here for simplicity we can take the value of I as 1 upon 4. You can take 0.25 also, or we can take 1 upon 4 also. So 1 upon 4 into 4. So this will cancel out and the answer will be 1 volts. So the potential across the 4 ohm resistor comes out to be 1 volt. Now we will calculate V2, which is the potential across the electric lamp of 20 ohms. So V2 will be equal to IR2. So I is, again I'll take for simplicity, 1 upon 4, and R2 is 20. 4 5s are 20. So what we get is 5 volts. So V2 here is 5 volts. So the potential across the electric lamp is going to be 5 volts. So here we calculated all the 3 parts, and this will be the solution to this problem. Now let's see the next problem. Draw a schematic diagram of a circuit consisting of a battery of 3 cells of 2 volt each, a 5 ohm resistor, an 8 ohm resistor, and a 12 ohm resistor, and a plug key, all connected in series. Now students, here what are the components for the electric circuit? We need to draw a diagram consisting of a battery of 3 cells of 2 volt each. Now here what we know, students, that an individual cell is a cell, and when we have combination of cells we call it a battery, and here we have 3 cells connected in series to form a 6 volt battery. So here we have shown 3 cells, 1, 2 and 3. These 3 cells when connected in series give a 6 volt battery. Then what is there? A 5 ohm resistance. We have drawn a 5 ohm resistance. Then a 8 ohm resistance. We have drawn a 8 ohm resistance. Then we have a 12 ohm resistance. So here we have drawn a 12 ohm resistance. All the 3 are connected in series. So we have drawn them end to end. All these 3 resistors are drawn end to end. Then what we need to connect is a plug key. And a plug key is shown by this symbol. So here we have shown a plug key. All are connected in series. So here the battery, the 3 resistors and the key all are connected in series, and we have shown the current also. So this is an electrical circuit diagram, an electric circuit diagram for the components which were given here. Now see the next problem. Redraw the circuit of question 1, putting in an ammeter to measure the current through the resistors and a voltmeter. A ammeter and a voltmeter to measure the potential difference across the 12 ohm resistor. What would be the readings in the ammeter and the voltmeter? Now students, here we need to redraw the circuit diagram having 3 resistors, a plug key and a 6 volt battery with a ammeter and a voltmeter. Now students, we know that ammeter is always connected in series and a voltmeter is connected in parallel. So here we have to draw a ammeter and a voltmeter across the 12 ohm resistance. So the ammeter is connected in series. So here the 5 ohm, the 8 ohm, the 12 ohm, and then we have connected a ammeter here, and this ammeter is connected in series to the key, to the battery and the resistors. Then we need to draw the voltmeter. The voltmeter has to be drawn for the 12 ohm resistor. So since the voltmeter is always connected in parallel, we have drawn this voltmeter in parallel to the 12 ohm resistor, and here we have put it across the 12 ohm resistor in parallel. So this will be the circuit diagram. Now what is asked next? What would be the readings in the ammeter and the voltmeter? Now students, reading of ammeter means that what is the amount of current flowing in the circuit. So for ammeter reading we need to calculate the value of I, and for the voltmeter reading we need to calculate the potential across this 12 ohm resistance. So let's solve this problem. So in order to find the readings in the ammeter and the voltmeter, first we need to calculate the equivalent resistance of these 3 resistors, 5 ohm, 8 ohm and 12 ohm. So the equivalent resistance for the resistors connected in series is given by the sum of the individual resistances. So R will be equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So it will be equal to 5 plus 8 plus 12, which comes out to be 25. So the equivalent resistance is 25 ohms. Now the battery potential is given as 6 volts and we need to calculate the current. So by the formula V is equal to IR, I will be equal to V upon R. So V is 6 and R is 25. So we need to calculate 6 upon 25. This will be the current in the circuit. Now 6 upon 25 we can calculate. Here we have a 6 and here we have a 25. So we will put a decimal over here. This will come out to be 60. 25 twos are 50. We are left with a 100 and 25 fours are 100. So what we get is 0.24. So the current in the circuit is 0.24 amperes. This is the current in the circuit. And now next what we need to calculate. So this is going to be the reading of an ammeter which is connected in series. So the ammeter reading, this is the ammeter reading. Now we need to calculate the voltmeter reading, and the voltmeter is connected across the 12 ohm resistor, and as we know students that the current through all the three resistors is going to be the same. Now in order to calculate the reading of the voltmeter, what is given students? We need to calculate V. The resistance is 12 ohms and the current is, you can take 0.24 amperes or we can take 6 upon 25, whichever is easy. So here we need to calculate this. So V is going to be I into R. So what we get is I is 0.24 and R is 12. So what we need to do is we need to multiply this 24 by this 12. So we will multiply it. 24 multiplied by 12. First we will leave the decimal and we'll multiply, then we'll put a decimal over there. So 4 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4. Then 1 4s are 4, 1 2s are 2. So we have 288, and since the decimal was 2 digits from the right hand side, so here we'll also have decimal placed 2 digits from the right hand side. So the value will come out to be 2.88 volts. So this will be the voltage, or you can say the reading of the voltmeter which is connected in parallel to the 12 ohm resistor. So this is the answer, and this will be the value of the voltmeter reading, 2.88 volts. This is the voltmeter reading. So here students, we have calculated the ammeter reading and the voltmeter reading. So this completes the topic resistors connected in series. We have seen how the resistors behave when they are connected in series, what is going to be the equivalent resistance of resistors connected in series, and then we solved the in-text problems given at the end of this topic. In our next video students, we will learn about the resistors which are connected in the next type of combination, that is parallel combination. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, take care, bye bye.